what does God want out of all this stuff? I sit there and I look this morning. I faced a challenge this morning. And I had to ask myself, David, what does God want? Is this God's will? Does this line up with God's will? Is this going in the right direction? And the thing is that if it's not lining up with God's will, maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm not being blessed. Or maybe I'm meeting an obstacle. Maybe God is trying to say, because Amber, when we started doing this whole thing, we had several ideas for where we was going and several hopes, but God blocked all of them. We said, okay, God, where do you want us to go? Then he reveals it. So we're get some principles. The last one, but not least, what about distractions and neglect? How does that keep you? Now remember, I started this whole thing by being distracted or neglect. If God gives you an idea, God gives you a word, I've learned to write it down.
Distraction.
Isn't there somewhere along the line that if you know you got a problem, so the thing is, as an example, when I talk about this adventure that we're on right now, you know what I remember and how I secure myself to this? David, what I do is that I go back to this thing. I say, God, I don't trust me. I don't. There's a lot of things Monty hears that he believes God spoke to him. A few of them are actually right. Very few. But one thing I do trust, I trust my wife. And so what I say is that when my wife, I've had several Masonic friends. They say, well, you know, God wants you back, and God wants this. I said, the thing is, he told my wife. And Dory, if I go ask my wife about going to it right now, you know what she's going to say? No.
I agree.
And the thing is, until my wife says it's time to go back, guess what I'm not going to do?
Go back.
I ain't going back.
Your wife just put her water.
That's okay. You'll slip and fall here in a minute.
Oh, I'll get it after
You
church.
got your mud boots on. But the thing is that if my wife does not agree, then I'm not going in that area. I trust my wife in that area because I trust. He says that his word is confirmed by what, David? 2 or more witnesses. So find you somebody that you can relate to, whether it's a friend or whatever. And that person will be able to back it up. You'll be able to bounce an idea off this person. And they'll say, yeah, man, that's a great idea. You back it up because his word is confirmed by 2 or more witnesses. And so what I did is that I had several ideas of this thing. And when Amber's idea was one of the ideas that I had as well, and all of a sudden Amber really bit into this thing and she really held on to this thing, you know what that told me?
Rock and roll.
I'm in the right place.
That's right.
I'm in the right place. So what I do is that when I doubt now, I secure myself in my mind, David. I have it written down in my mind that if my wife is convinced that it's right, then it's right. Sometimes it'll come back and you'll say, well, you know, I'll start having these seeds of doubts. But Erica, don't let them bear fruit.
It's almost as if God's speaking through her. And
Exactly.
giving you reassurance on.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I've seen the other side of that too, when the devil speaks to whatever. I've seen that before.
But the thing is that I trust my wife especially because so I'll create a filter. When I get distracted from my vision, and I get distracted from this thing, it allows me to, it's like with my kids, when they're playing a game and I'll speak to them, Axon, I've learned, like for Axon, I learned that when he's deep in playing the game, I don't go mess with him, I don't wrestle with him. Why? Because he's involved in that game. I've learned to create a boundary of respect, and I kind of let him know that, hey, I'm about to kill you.
We all
You might want to pause. The thing is that I miss fighting with my grandson. I miss them days. Shut up. But the thing is that we get so distracted. And see, even like this business can become a distraction for me. It's not about the business. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven.
see.
the business becomes a distraction. Even though it was a blessing and is a blessing, it can become distraction. Because it's like a test. One of the things that I'm wanting to work on is I'm wanting to work 4 days a week. That's what I want to do. I want 1 day a week that I can go hunting and fishing. Exactly. I want 1 day a week that my wife and I can do something, or my grandkids and I can do something. And then I want 1 day a week for like after church. We have a meal. Sometimes I will invite Jacob and Bailey. Sometimes I'm not going to, especially when Jacob looks at Olive and goes, I'll tell him starve. I said, he don't want none of them things. Action says he doesn't eat anything that resembles an O.
Uh-oh.
And then they start going
But the thing is that Sundays are for families, and that's where I would love to see. Amber hit up a brilliant idea last night. She said, look, I am going to ask, did you ask Bailey yet?
I don't know what you're talking about.
About the pistachio cake.
Oh,
See, she had an idea of letting Bailey, because Bailey has made the pistachio cake.
She didn't take a note.
Yeah, she did take notes.
I know, right?
So there it goes again.
Say a lot of
If
things.
you take a note and you create this thing and see what it accomplishes, because again, having the family over, having Bailey cook. Now Bailey she's a contributor to this. I think that my grandchildren should learn how to cook a meal one day.
For sure.
Actually, I mean, David, what do you think? Do you think grandchildren should learn to figure out something that they can cook?
Sure.
So Zane, what are you going to cook for Family Day?
Ramen.
There you go.
Now this is the kid that says he can't do it, who has the most natural gifting ability to do things that he's never done before. He can do 14 backflips, David.
I think he said corn dog.
Yeah, right.
Action says, I'm going to quote Action, when they first learned how to ride bicycles. How is this possible? The physics don't not even line up. He says, because he's 2 and he can ride a bicycle, and I'm 14 and I can't. Same thing. You get my point. He wasn't 2. But the point is that if he's got this natural ability, why can he not cook? Why can he not help? Because again, we're distracted or we're neglecting our responsibility. The thing is that, Dory, what if we created by giving them this challenge, all of a sudden we found that one of these kids, especially Addison, cannot cook all of us? But because we don't challenge them, we've neglected to challenge them.
Truth.
Y'all see this? So the thing is that these are all things that keep us from reaching this potential. We are the ones who are limiting how much God wants to bless us.
Right.
As I was saying, and I'm sorry that I picked on my grandchildren, they just happen to be here today.
Hey, sir.
But the other side of it is that I'm trying to show them these things, but I'm also giving them keys.
That's right.
So this key is this. Axton, if I gave you a key and I say, hey, if you want to receive more of a blessing from your grandparents, what would you do? What would be one thing you could do to be more of a blessing, receive more of a blessing? What would happen if I cut off the club cracker supply?
I would try.
How would you get club crackers back again?
Work.
Work? Have you worked to earn any so far? The thing is that if you want to receive it, when you come over, be there. Be there.
Of course.
Does that make sense?
You're right. Be there.
Makes
Don't
plenty of sense, cuz.
come over to visit. Don't come over to play on your phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And the thing is that I promise you, there are these other things that goes downstream from there. But it's not just y'all kids. This is directly in relationship from us
That's right.
to God.
That's true.
If we apply the same principles to God,
That's what we're doing.
when God spoke it in my heart about that I limit His blessings, I had a responsibility to remember this. I had a responsibility to study this thing out. I had a responsibility to bear this fruit forward. Are there people who have missed that should have been here today? That there were certain points that I've seen, and as I read these things out, I could see it in their life? Yes. I see directly how it reflects in some of us in here. If they're not here, guess what? They missed it.
Go on.
So then how many blessings have we missed by not being there? How many blessings have we missed by not paying attention? All that I'm trying to say is we can have a much greater life. But the problem is that it requires us making that choice to be better, to be different.
Somebody says take up your cross daily.
I told Amber this morning, we were talking about this business, and we were talking about how can, because I don't look, Eric, a manager, leader, has three visions. He learns from the past, he lives in the present,
Looks at the future.
he looks at the future. He's aware of all three constantly. Constantly is aware of all three. Constantly is aware. Some people are so busy living in the past that they don't even see what they're at right now. Some people, all that they see is the present because that's the only thing that's real to them. So they miss the lessons of the past. They miss the lessons of what went wrong, how all these things affected. Some people are so busy looking at the future, all they're doing is living in their dreams. You hear them. Man, if I could just do this, or man, if I could just do that, or man, I want to do this, or I want to do that.
If I win the lottery.
I know if I could just win the lottery,
Right.
what we're going to do, we're going to pay off all of our bills. I told my wife the other day, I said, we're going to make a change. This is the change we're going to make. The extra money that we have as we are generating more money, we're not going to leave it in the bank. You know what we're going to do?
Utilize.
We're going to pay off our debts. Every dime that we get extra, we're going to pay off our debts. Now, mind you, when a business is operating, they tell you that a business should have debt because debt offsets income. There's a whole thing in it. But you got to understand this. It's like that old saying, it takes money to make money. Yes. But the other side of it is you got to have money to make money. But the problem is that if we are right now, what kills a business, if a business has to have debt to offset income, then why does so many businesses fail? On the front side, they have too much debt with no income. You got to have this, you got to have that. Work with what you got. So what we're doing is that, because, let's just be honest, every time any one of us ever gets any kind of extra money, what do we do with it? We blow it. Erica, if you was given $1,000, the COVID money, think about how much money was given out during COVID.
Shrimp.
We ate good.
Everybody ate good.
We're not good.
And the thing is that guess what? It's done. It's gone. What do you have to show for it? Tattoos,
Big
piercings,
belly,
whatever.
Big belly.
Big belly. But the point is, it's all gone. The thing is that you have to get to that place.